Hey, welcome back. Today's challenge is to make a rejuvenation plan, and I'll explain more about that later, but we are talking about stress management today. And I want you to stick around to the end of this video to see what my rejuvenation plan is. I found something really powerful that restores my mind and my body and my spirit, and it doesn't require too much effort or planning or time or money. So hang in there, guys. And I'll share this, what I've learned. So stress is actually a really interesting thing because we need it for everyday functioning, and it's actually normal body response, but it's our relationship with stress that is unhealthy. We hold on to things, we obsess over things, we worry about things, we just let stress overwhelm our lives. And we need to be able to manage it better. And one of the best ways we can do that is to create a rejuvenation plan. So first I want to mention that stress is really harmful to our bodies. It weakens our immune system. So when you're stressed, you're more susceptible to infections, and you can even develop chronic illness. It's bad for your heart. You can end up developing cardiac disease. It ages you. It makes you look older too. And it's just bad all around. It can make you gain weight. There's just so many things that stress does to you that's really damaging. So Stephen Covey, in his book 7 Habits for Highly Effective People, talks about the 7th habit, which is sharpening the saw. And what that means is, just like any tool that you use, like a knife or a saw, you need to sharpen it or else it won't do its job properly. And we are the tool that we need in our life, right? To accomplish, to learn, to grow, to love. And if our tool, ourselves, if we're not sharpened, then we won't do very well in our life, or as well as we could. So I love this quote by Stephen R. Covey. I'm going to read it. It says, "We must never become too busy sawing to take time to sharpen the saw." So take time to sharpen the saw. And what you do to sharpen the saw is to do things that you love, that refresh you, and that kind of take you out of the daily grind, take you out of your environment often, so you just get that break and that refreshment so you can go back and tackle your life. So this would be things like read a book, connect with a friend or a loved one, take a bath, go on a vacation, go outside, pray, take a class on a hobby, meditate, read your scriptures. There's just a lot of things that we could do to refresh our minds, but you need to choose something that refreshes you. That's why you need to make your own personal rejuvenation plan. And I'm going to suggest something that we often don't think about, and that is going outside in nature. Nature is amazing. It's so powerful for rejuvenating us. One of the ways it rejuvenates us is by helping us be mindful and present. Nature is so beautiful, and being in nature, we can look around and we can notice the detail, because nature is so detailed, down to the tiniest bug, right? Or the tiniest blade of grass. So we can notice the detail, we can appreciate the overall beauty, and it just helps us be really present and mindful and we're not worrying about the future, we're not upset about the past, we're in the moment, and it's very healing to be present in the moment with nature. One of the things that I love doing with my kids in nature is we play this senses game. We try to name 5 things we can see, 4 things we can feel or touch, feel or touch. So a lot of times we always feel the sun, we always feel the wind. And then 3 things we can smell, 2 things we can hear. I mean, it's different every time, right? We just try to go through the sentences. But the last one is name 1 emotion we feel inside. And it's just really powerful and refreshing to be so present like that. Another way I love to engage with nature is, this is suggested by Muir. If you don't know who that is, I'll link him below. He's got some great content on being out with nature. But he suggests 3 things. He says, first, say, I see, and then you notice what you see, and then I wonder, and then that reminds me. So, for example, yesterday I was outside in nature and I saw the wind blowing the trees, and the trees were just going like this. And so I said, I see the trees moving, the wind is blowing. I wonder if the wind always blows the same way in Missouri like it does in Cedar Hills, right? It comes from the canyon right at you, at least where I lived. And then the next thing that reminds me of a poem by Christina Rossetti. Who has seen the wind? Neither you nor I. Yet when the leaves hang trembling, the wind is passing by. Right? That was it's just a fun little game. And you know, often the things of nature remind me of things of God, right? So I play that game, and then that reminds me of, and it reminds me of things of God. So I'm learning more about God and about his love, and I'm feeling his love. And boy, if feeling God's love in those moments doesn't refresh your spirit, then I don't know what will. Getting emotional. So nature also it restores our brain. They did this study on kids with ADHD who were medicated for ADHD, and they took them out into nature. And what they found was, I'll link the study below, you can go and read it for yourself, but what they found was that nature had just the same, it had the same effect as their medication. It had the same powerful effect on their symptoms as their medication, and it was even more effective than their medication. So nature is super powerful. It's an ADHD drug. Cure you from your ADHD. Kind of kidding and not kidding at the same time. But so it improves focus, it heals, it restores your brain. Also, you get vitamin D, which is really good for your energy and your bones. You just need your vitamin D, guys. And have you noticed when you're in nature that you can smell some wonderful things? A lot of people are into essential oils and have seen improvements in their lives from using essential oils. But when you're out in nature, you're breathing in essential oils. You don't need to go buy them, just go out in nature. So how I discovered nature as a powerful tool for me, so this is my rejuvenation plan, was last summer I was so busy with the kids, just running around, and I just got to a breaking point, and I was just feeling discouraged. I was thinking, wow, I need to renew and refresh myself, but I don't have time to do it. I'm busy all day long with the kids. What am I gonna do? And I even prayed about it, and the answer came, and it was so unexpected to me, to go outside, to be in nature as much as I could, to do things that I normally do every day anyways, but do them outside, like read books to my kids outside, play outside, and I'm playing with them, do crafts outside, eat outside, just do everything that I could outside. And it made a huge difference in my life, and I felt really refreshed. and I didn't spend any more time on me, but to renew myself, but I was outside, and that did the job. So go outside. But anyways, that is the challenge for today, is to make a rejuvenation plan and to consider going outside in nature as part of your rejuvenation plan. So I'm interested to hear what your rejuvenation plans are. You can comment below, or yeah, I'd love to hear from you. So love you guys. Bye.